Hello, good evening. It's News 360 coming to you live from the News Hub here at Adesawe Kanda. I am Portia Gabo.
And I am Martin Esiedo Date. Here are the headlines for this evening. All right, coming up this evening, police in Kumasi on the manhunt for a young man who stabbed a student of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology to death. We have details from the region shortly.
Also tonight's last batch of candidates writes the basic education certificate examinations after 33 years.
Also coming up, ECOWAS to meet on Niger crisis in Nigeria's capital, Abuja, on Thursday. Meanwhile, a delegation from the military governments of Mali and Burkina Faso have arrived in Niger to express solidarity with the junta.
Government launches emergency expenditure management guidelines for public institutions to improve accountability.
Later on the international front, Ukraine arrests woman over alleged plot to kill President Zelensky. We have details of all these stories and many more. Be a part of the show. We'll be happy to hear your thoughts on them.
The news now in detail, and the start of this year's basic education certificate examinations has generally been smooth, except for the Setre Afram Plains district of the Ashanti region, where a river overflow affected transportation of exam materials. This year's candidates are the last batch of students to write the basic education certificate exams after 33 years.
In 2024, the first batch of students under the new standard-based curriculum introduced in 2019 will write their school-leaving examinations. The directive by WAEC requiring that students report to the exams halls with only flat open sandals without socks was largely adhered to at the centers. At Flagstaff House Basic School, a total of 318 students from 4 schools were present. Nima Classical Schools also recorded 318 students present with 2 absent. Supervisor at the Kanda Classical Schools is hopeful that the examinations will continue smoothly throughout the week.
So far, no casualty in terms of absentees or somebody's falling sick. We decided on the smooth route. So we are only hoping and praying that at the end of it all, everything will go on smoothly as planned.
District Director for Ayawaso East Municipal is confident that there will be no report of malpractice at the various centers she oversees.
What we are doing is not different from what WAEC has asked us to do, but we make sure that we have recruited men and women of integrity to invigilate and supervise over the children. So as you have come, you can see that the whole place is calm. You don't see people loitering around. No, we have put those measures in place. And we have people in the entrances. Before you enter, they have to ask you what your mission is before you can actually access this place.
In the end, Zipline helped in transporting the examination materials to the centers.
Let's speak to Kofi Asari. He is the Executive Director of the Africa Education Watch. Kofi, good evening and thank you so much for your time. And for the first time in recent history, we have more girls than boys writing this year's BECE. What in your estimation is accounting for this?
Well, let me admit it's exciting to appreciate that we are counting the gains. Years and years of investment in basic education by government, in girls' education, by government, civil society, development partners. It's exciting to learn that we are gradually, getting there. It is not just that for the first time in recent history, as far as I can remember, Ghana is presenting more female candidates than boys at the BECE. But it is also the case that in 2012, when this cohort started their basic education journey in kindergarten 1, there were 6,000 more boys than girls. But today, we have 68 or so more girls than boys. that is an achievement for the pursuit and promotion, of girls' education, and that is very, very, very worthy of emulation by other countries. I'm not saying boys' education is not important, but this is a result of a deliberate policy over the years to promote girls' participation in our basic education.
Should we also be concerned about the boy child now?
We should not just be concerned about the boy child, but we should be concerned about the survival of the cohorts. As you are aware, we all know that about 33% of those who enrolled in Kindergarten 1 in 2012, according to the data of the Ministry of Education, did not write a BCE. We are talking of 300,000 out of the 900,000 that enrolled in KG1 in 2012 not writing a BCE today. And the question is, where are they? And so we should be worried that the cohort survival, is deficient. We're having about a third of them not, completing basic education. Ghana's constitution enjoins the states and all, actors, including parents, to ensure that all children of school-going age do not just enroll, but complete the full cycle of basic education. And without writing BEC, basic education is not fully completed. That's why we must all be concerned about ascertaining what really the problem is.
This is also the last BECE being conducted in Ghana after 33 years. How would you assess Ghana's performance?
I think that in our analysis of the past 10 years, for instance, I can say that over the years, about 5.2 or so million children have participated in the BECE. We've seen a gradual, consistent increase in the share of girls of the BECE, or if you like, the participation of girls over the years. And consistently, the BECE has proven to be not only an effective certification for basic education completion, but also an acceptable medium for placing students in senior high schools. And so far, so good. We are happy that I think it's Ghana and Sierra Leone that have been doing BECE, so far as my memory serves me right. So we are happy that we've been doing a good job there. We've had more practices and examinations in the past, and then pockets of them in the present, but not at the BECE level per se. It's been at the WASSCE level, which is currently being controlled. At the BECE level, you scarcely hear about leakages. One of the pluses that it belongs to the BECE is that they've been able to run examinations without, public leakages. And so I think so far so good. I'm not too sure if this is the last one. I'm not too sure if this is the last one because I haven't figured out yet what government intends to replace the BECE with when it comes to placement of candidates. I don't think this is the last BECE. I'm not too much aware of any policy direction. But then, some time ago, there was discussion about, getting a replacement for BECE, etc. But so far as I'm concerned, we haven't yet gotten a substitute for BECE, just for the purpose of placement in senior high schools. And so I'm not too sure if this is going to be the last BECE. There's going to be more BECEs until we have a basis, to determine who goes to Presec and who goes to a category D or C school.
Kofi, thank you so much for your time. And Kofi Asare is the Executive Director of the Africa Education Watch.
All right, we shift our attention to some other stories now and resort to alternative means rather than force. That's the clarion call from security experts to ECOWAS amidst escalating tensions within the West African sub-region. This is after the deadline to reinstate ousted Mohamed Bazoum in Niger expired. ECOWAS is to meet on Thursday again with the military junta shutting their airspace in wait of a possible attack. Eric Mauna Egbeta reports.
It's been tense in the last 72 hours with citizens in West Africa anxious about whether or not the sub-region could be plunged into chaos. The seventh coup in the last 3 years this time has not sat down well with the regional body ECOWAS, which threatened military intervention should the uranium-rich Niger not return to constitutional rule by Sunday, August 6th. A meeting by the chiefs of defense staff of member states of ECOWAS has agreed subsequently on a roadmap for the military intervention. But former executive director of the West African Network for Peace Building WANEP, Emmanuel Bombande, says ECOWAS has been deploying old tools to tackle the unprecedented security crisis in West Africa. He says the planned invasion of Niger by ECOWAS will not resolve the security crisis in that country.
What you see happening that you are calling an inflection of a wound on itself is related to the lack of the political will for the type of reforms that would have updated these tools for deployment by ECOWAS. So we are using old tools to respond to unprecedented crises that we've never witnessed before. And that's the reason why it's not about inflicting a wound on ourselves in the context of Niger, but in a broader context.
The deadline has elapsed, with the junta failing to heed to any of the directives of ECOWAS. The coup leaders have shut Niger's airspace while deploying their military across the country's border in wait of a possible attack. Dean of the Armed Forces Command and Staff College and international relations expert, Professor Vladimir Intredantu, believes an intervention, if any, would take at least 6 months to materialize.
And now that we are not monolithic, it will be very difficult to order such an intervention when we don't have the troops. We have to get troop contributing countries to contribute. Then the mandate, formations, listing of contingencies. All these things will take not less than 6 months before we can intervene. So to say 1 week we are coming was unfortunate. Secondly, even if we did, the ramifications would have been worse.
The leadership of ECOWAS are expected to on Thursday convene an extraordinary session in the wake of the elapse of their timeline to consider their options, which strongly include a military intervention. For security consultant Festus Abuaji, a possible military intervention could have at least 4 possible outcomes. The first being a strong resilience from the military junta, with the ECOWAS mission facing catastrophic failure. The second, a quick success for ECOWAS, with the military junta removed quickly. A possible outcome, according to the security expert, is a standoff between both sides, resulting in the casualties and losses over an extended period of time, like currently being witnessed in the ongoing Ukraine-Russia war. Lastly, an initial victory for ECOWAS until the military junta resurfaces with resilience, and both cases leading to massive losses. With all that though, the consensus continues to be one from experts. ECOWAS stays the gun and choose diplomacy.
All right, so let's stay on this subject and engage the thoughts of James Agalga, who is the ranking member on the Defense and Interior Committee of Parliament. Mr. Agalga, thank you for your time. Good evening.
Good evening.
A lot has been happening within the sub-region. Not much has been heard from the Defense and Interior Committee about the growing coup concerns. What really is the position of the committee?
Well, the issues that have cropped up in relation to the military takeover in Niger and the response of ECOWAS definitely has engaged the attention of the committee. But you must remember that we have not gotten to the point where Ghana as a country has so far committed to deploy troops in Niger, even though the authority of heads of state and government of ECOWAS have issued an ultimatum. Now the ultimatum has still expired, and so we're waiting for the next steps to be taken. Then we can insist that certain things are done in accordance with our practice and procedures. Now, if Ghana has to deploy boots in Niger as part of its contribution to an ECOWAS force. We would expect that parliamentary approval is sought. Now, I have raised issues in the past when Ghana committed to contribute troops to the ECOWAS mission in Gambia, which sought to remove Captain Yahya Jammeh at the time when he refused to step down after losing to Adama Barrow in an election. Ghana actually contributed troops alongside Nigeria and Senegal. But the deployment actually happened before, if my memory serves me right. The defense minister now appeared before Parliament and made a statement indicating that Ghana had actually contributed a certain number of troops to that ECOWAS mission in the Gambia. Now, henceforth, we actually had very serious problems with that approach. We insisted that if you deploy troops, whether they are part of an ECOWAS mission or not, it amounts to a declaration of war against an ECOWAS member, I mean, at the time. So we would expect that the matter is tabled before Parliament, it is thoroughly debated, and then if Parliament clears our government to deploy troops, it can then go ahead and deploy. Anything short of that would be illegal and would have very serious issues.
Okay.
But having said that, I mean, what is the justification for ECOWAS's own intervention in sovereign Niger? I think if you follow closely what has been unfolding in the Sahel region, the concerns have been that, look, the governments have not had the capacity to deal with the threats posed by terrorists in those countries. Now, one would have expected that ECOWAS would have been proactive in aiding those member countries to ward off the terrorist threat as a starting point. So far, we haven't seen that. Burkina Faso is a classical example. When the Burkinabés really needed help, legal support to ward off the terror threat, ECOWAS went very quiet.
Right.
Now, I am not by any stretch of imagination endorsing the military takeovers in those countries, but those have been the underlying causes.
Okay.
And so,
but Mr. Gaga,
decision to now intervene militarily after the militaries in those countries have decided that, look, enough is enough, we're going to take over the governance in the country in order to improve upon the security situation by probably investing more in their country's security. Then ECOWAS is up in arms saying that, look, we would have to intervene militarily. I think that ECOWAS must hasten slowly.
Right.
Because
Mr. Gaga,
the responses.
My question was actually premised on the fact that it is not just in Niger. We have about 4 other countries that have experienced military takeovers. And on the back of that, maybe this was my last question, which is that it looks as though the populace of these countries support the military takeovers because they are blaming the likes of your honorable self and other politicians who are supposed to be running a democracy, not doing what the people expect. That is why they are supporting the military for taking over. What's your position on the fact that the democracy that is being preached is not being delivered to the people?
Look, you see, let me use Guinea as an example. You have a country which has a constitution. Now, the constitution sets term limits for presidents. And yet, when the president of that country decided to amend the constitution to create room for him to contest for a third term, ECOWAS was quiet. In fact, the country was not even sanctioned. So that is why I think that ECOWAS itself must be proactive. Now, the people have no choice. In that country, the military have to intervene because what the president, the civilian president, attempted to do in a way amounted to a coup. You see, so good governance, constitutionalism, respect for the rule of law is something that civilian authorities must not tamper with.
All right.
When we tamper with some of these arrangements, I mean, that we have had, you create room for military adventurers to take the law into their hands and create trouble for all of us.
Right. Thank you so much for your time. James Agalga, he is a ranking member on the Interior and Defense Committee of Parliament.
Let's now continue with the rest of our stories. And the New Patriotic Party flag bearer aspirant Alan Kyerematen has told the delegate of the party in the Ashanti region to elect an old and experienced person like him and not a newcomer. He says aside his great transformation plan for the country, it is his vision to reward party executives of all ranks. William Evans Inkum joined him on his tour of the region and has come through with this report.
A mammoth reception for the former Trade and Industry Minister in his home region, which is the stronghold of the ruling NPP. A 6-day tour of the Ashanti region has just begun for him, weeks after his closest contender, the Vice President, left. In his hometown, Ejuso, the chief, Nana Afrani Okese IV, did not mince words. They know you win. I support you to win. Do not be afraid of anyone. Over 4,000 delegates welcomed him in both Konongo and Kumawu. A major boost for his campaign when the Deputy Railway Development Minister and MP for Asante Achim South says he had decided to join his campaign. I was working for Dr. Bawumia's team, but they did not trust me because we are related. I have decided to join my brother. Blood is thicker than water. Alan Kyerematen says the party needs an old and experienced person to lead. You need to vote for me because I am old and experienced in the party. I have your interest at heart. I appeal more to the swing regions, and that is what we need to break the 8. Alan will spend 6 days in the Ashanti region.
And be rest assured that we are on the campaign trail of all the aspirants, and here at your Election Command Center, we'll be building up to the final day of August 26 to let you know who will be leading the New Patriotic Party ahead of the November 4th elections. Still to come though, the police in the Ashanti region is on a manhunt for the young man who stabbed a student of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology to death. Details of that right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to demonstrate to you the superior properties of Flamingo paint. As compared to other paint brands on the market, we take equal quantities of Flamingo paint and this ordinary paint. We then dilute them with water. And now, let the test begin. The gentleman on the left is going to apply the ordinary paint, and the gentleman on my right will use the Flamingo superior paint. As you can clearly see, Flamingo has the obvious better hiding. Furthermore, Flamingo has painted a much larger area. You know, one bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint is made with superior formulation to give superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
You just sleep. That's my Madina.
Sentuntum say wunna ma deju me ma wonsa.
Efrema bema gani oba.
Ma wonsa. Sentuntum ma boasu muda ma wonsa.
That shall not slap. Having black mosquito quail. Come on, Tontom. Na empom visie bebre. Na ema wo mowa. Na ema wo nsham. Na ensham.
Having insecticide spray. Eye sham. Ne sansu kumwa wotu any omo wia nyina. Now having naphthalene balls and having perfumed insect repellent no kumwa warrior nothing just
having black mosquito quail empom visie bebre and say wo hene so ensham kama no emubu na jumo size no boduma don't shred do me no
and a heaven spray having naphthalene balls ne perfumed insect repellent no kumwa mutu na wa wonam from nothing just
heaven dear bakope heaven dear
Heaven dear FDA aji edrede krato yatum.
You are your own person, unique, one of a kind, special. That's why you deserve everything tailored to suit your particular taste, your preference, your needs. Just like MTN Just For You. You can get customized offers tailored to who you are. Dial *141# or use the MyMTN app to get to choose from a variety of offers made just for you.
Choose Zoocasa for the highest quality, luxurious townhouses in East Lagoon Hills. 2, 3, and 4 bedroom in a gated community starting at $40,000 in Accra, Ghana. Zoocasa, building on trust.
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, SoftCare always stays with you.
New SoftCare Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey.
SoftCare. Protect your leap.
Every child is so unique. You like no other. Outstanding in every way.
It's me like no other.
So anytime you walk and play.
You like no other.
You are special like Indomie.
It's me like no other.
Did you know that every child on the planet has their own unique fingerprint like no other?
You like no other. I can play the drums. I'm talented. It's me like no other. I can sing. I can dance. You like no other.
As well as their own unique talents and abilities.
I can cook. I can paint. You like no other. Indomie. It's you like no other.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie.
Thank you, Mommy.
Introducing Indomie beef flavor. Buy now.
This effort is FDA approved.
Who no like chop money? They want chop money is here. Collect your chop money every morning at 10 a.m. by simply dialing *446# and select option 2 to play Day 539 chop money. Win 40 times your stake with Direct 2, 400 times your stake with Direct 3, and 20 times your stake with Direct 1. You can also pay your numbers to win big. You only pick your numbers from 1 to 39, so winning is easy. Dial *446# to play Day 539 chop money now. Dewa, Afa.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN, Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal.
It's now time for the latest in the world of business news with Pa Kwesi Asare. Pa, what do you have for us?
Hi, Portia. Thank you very much. I'll bring you the very latest in the world of business. Now to our very first story, and government has launched an emergency expenditure management guideline for public institutions to improve accountability. Deputy Finance Minister Dr. John Kumah says the guidelines are expected to fast-track arrangements to enable institutions to respond swiftly to public emergencies.
Public emergencies have over the years disrupted government's business, including its fiscal policies, programs and projects. This limits its compliance with public financial management laws and regulations, therefore increasing the risk of internal control overrides, corruption and misuse of public resources. The Emergency Expenditure Management Guidelines for Public Institutions highlights the importance of striking a balance between the need for expedited decision-making in deploying funds during emergencies and the requirement to comply with existing public financial management laws.
The objective is therefore to standardize, improve, and clarify the audit follow-up processes to all relevant stakeholders by detailing the follow-up procedures, responsibilities, and actions of concerned parties and related sanctions for non-compliance. The scope, therefore, for these documents will be that these instructions are issued for use by all public institutions in respect of follow-up on audit recommendations contained in both internal and external audit reports, including the recommendations of Public Accounts Committee of Parliament after its consideration of the Auditor General's report.
Launching the guidelines, Deputy Finance Minister Dr. John Kumah highlighted on the need for effective accountability to generate the maximum outcome in the use of scarce resources in the country.
The Emergency Expenditure Management Guidelines were created in response to recent challenges, including the global pandemic that tested the resilience of our country's ability to respond effectively to the impact of COVID-19 pandemic whilst complying to the requirement of the PFM Act. Furthermore, the guidelines present procedures and internal controls that will direct service delivery units on the means to assess, manage, and account for funding during an emergency with efficiency and transparency, whilst ensuring compliance with various requirements of the PFM laws.
Audit recommendations provided in the guidelines are expected to serve as a guide for public institutions to improve on its management of public emergencies.
In other news tonight, it's time for the movers and shakers of the world of business and academia to come together and deliberate on the way forward for our country in the Three Business, or if you like, TV3 Thoughts Leadership Lecture Series. Well, under the theme Ghana's Claim of Economic Self-Governance and Independence, a myth, reality, or the need for a paradigm shift, the program will feature Kwame Pieni, renowned economist, with Mark Bedu Abuaji, who's the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Professor Godfred Bokpin, economist at the University of Ghana Business School, Edobia Esiama Abuaji, Vice Chair of AGI Tema Branch, and the moderator is Alfredo Kante of Media General. Meanwhile, banking consultant and facilitator of the Thoughts Leadership Lecture Series, Dr. Kojo Abuaji Deborah, shared highlights of the program in an interview with Three Business.
That claim that we can govern and manage the resources, the reality today is giving us a different, and we think we've got to a point where there's the need to assess these in a more detailed, and then whether it calls for a paradigm shift. And the paradigm shift means that there's the need to have a common agenda, the way things should be done, and a leader who can mobilize us to be able to create food, shelter, and clothing, and wealth and reduce poverty. That is the essence of why we've chosen this.
FBN Bank has opened its Community 6 branch in Tema to provide banking services to clients and customers, aiming to enhance its network and cater for the banking needs of residents.
The new branch on Tema General Hospital Road near Community 5 traffic light will focus on customized products and services for clients' needs.
This is an extension of our presence in Tema. We've been in Tema actually for a while. We have a full branch in Community 1. We also have an agency in around the GPHA, Ghana Post and Harbours Authority, long room, just to specifically focus on needs of people who come to the long room to do business. So we have already 2 touch points. So this is the third one, which we are positioned more in the residential area and also away from the very busy area of Tema. So this is just to complement our previous premises here. So Tema people should expect the same Tema with the action.
The branch will offer retail, premium, commercial and corporate services to its clients and customers.
I'm also happy to announce that FBN is our main bank. CNA, FBN is our main bank, and there are a lot of things they are doing for us. And if you are not here, you are not with FBN, I think we are wasting much time. Quickly meet them on Monday and be a banker.
FBN Bank, with 24 branches and 3 agencies across the country, is one of the few banks which recorded profit in the 2022 fiscal year.
Well, that's it for the very latest in the world of business. For more business stories, do also visit our website. It's www.3news.com.
Thank you so much, Pakwesi. Let's now continue with the rest of our stories. And the police in Kumasi is on a manhunt for a young man alleged to have stabbed his friend to death. The deceased, Lambert Fimpon, is a 23-year-old second-year history and politics student at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
A disagreement between 2 friends would later cost one his life. Lambert was reportedly stabbed multiple times by the suspect, Victor, popularly known as Yolo. The deceased was pronounced dead upon arrival at the Ipafras Hospital. Occupants of this building said they heard the 2 friends exchanging words, but never expected it to end in this tragic manner. These visible bloodstains paint a picture of severity of the stabbing. Close sources revealed that the deceased was stabbed in the armpit and rib. The suspect is said to have left the scene immediately after causing the harm. Even though nothing can be done to bring back our brother, arresting and prosecuting the perpetrator will assuage our pain. We have suffered a big loss. Assembly member for Kronom Kwapra, Pius Echampon, said residents are assisting the police to arrest the suspect.
Wherever the suspect is, I believe that the police will hunt for him and arrest him. And once he's arrested, definitely we will hear more from the police. The suspect do not live around Kwapra here. He stays around Bokrom and Timothy Masi. So definitely the police, once they are aware of his hideouts, they will definitely go around and search for him.
Lambert was preparing to return to school to write his end of semester exams when the incident happened at Bronco in the Efidia Kwabre district of Ashanti region. His body has since been deposited at the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital morgue for autopsy. The Afrancho police has commenced investigations. The family of the deceased is trusting the police to arrest the perpetrator and allow the law to take its course. Residents have also shown their commitment to support the police fish out this suspect. Ibrahim Abubakar, TV3 News, Bronco, Ashanti region.
A very sad story. We have sport news coming up shortly. Do stay with us.
You are your own person, unique, one of a kind, special. That's why you deserve everything tailored to suit your particular taste, your preference, your needs. Just like MTN Just For You. You can get customized offers tailored to who you are. Dial *141# or use the MyMTN app to get to choose from a variety of offers made just for you.
Pepsodent introduces charcoal and lemon essence. The unique combination of natural essences whitens teeth naturally for you and family because every smile matters. New Pepsodent Herbal. Introducing a unique combination of herbal extracts in an antibacterial toothpaste for strong teeth and healthy gums that protects your family and you. Every smile matters.
Many people think I get whatever I want because I'm a popular actress. But no, that is not true. Me Ankasano, Adebia mi yebiano, me shishimpe papano. And when I find it, I stick to it. My shishumenya Bell Pack tissues. Bell Pack ewe tea roll. Bell Pack tea roll. Soft, but not weak. Strong, but not hard. It is smooth. Me yusua, me hotome. It's just perfect. Same as the kitchen towel. What about what? What me the papaye? What me soki? Echimu esa pepa. One Bell Pack kitchen towel lasts longer and saves you money. It's time you switch to Bell Pack today. Say your pocket tissue, table napkin, tea roll, and a kitchen towel. Bell Pack is simply the best. It's just perfect.
Nothing feels so good like Bell Pack.
Oh, Maria, I'm still like a crack. Oh, like a crave is like, oh, Maria, bomb my sherry.
The beer, Amelia, so,
Amelia, Zumwa, Bedimuna, then I said, bam,
Mammy Harry, Manumbala,
and that was a video.
A pomo tomato mixer, no.
When you come while you do, hey. Nothing, why no?
Hey, pomo tomato mixo. Pomo, no.
Charlie, nobody love coming. If they do love, no.
If it is pomo tomato mixo. Pomo, no.
Pomo tomato mix, aye, the natural tomato mix, aye, a cocoa, kama, a mupi. Fiber when in Rowo Munti, Emma would be an air destro commander for 4 years. This advert is FDA approved.
Life is good today, but tomorrow may be different. You don't have to keep working or depend on your children during old age to live comfortably. When you level up, remember that things can change. You don't have to depend on others if an accident leaves you permanently disabled. You have an expectation of a comfortable life during retirement. We hope it doesn't happen, but a booming business can sometimes decline. You want to be there every moment for your loved ones. But tomorrow is not guaranteed. But with SNIT, you can secure your future. No matter the work you do, register and sign up for SEED from SNIT for old age pension, invalidity pension, and survivor's lump sum benefit for your dependents. Take control of your future. Ayodachio, Fano Personal. Contact SNIT for more inquiries. SNIT, we deliver on our promise. T's and C's apply.
With Glovo, you order anything you want, and when you receive it, you celebrate it with your whole body. Because when that tasty grilled chicken is here, the weekend starts. The ingredients for your favorite recipe just in time. And when the cake arrives, the party is on. Because receiving anything on Glovo deserves a dance. Download the app, order anything you want, and track it minute by minute until it arrives. Glovo. Order anything, we deliver.
Introducing the new Jamal washing powder with multi-enzymes that helps remove stubborn stains.
It has a nice fragrance. Not harsh on my hands. Foams easily. And removes stains well.
Oh, I still to be.
Ma, you brought 5 big sachets of new Jama washing powder.
Yes, ma.
It really removes stains and has a nice fragrance.
Yes, ma.
Then add 30 sacks of Jama washing powder to your engagement list.
Hey, ma. Jama. Yes, ma.
New Jama washing powder for cleaner, fresher wash. Your partner for clean clothes. This
Sports segment is brought to you by
Bell Pack Tissues.
Welcome back to News 360. Time now for sports, and Thierry is with us. Thierry, new season, new coach for Asante Kotoko.
Yes, and it's a man they know already, and it's a man who is ready to redo it in Kumasi. So let's see what he has up his sleeves. Kumasi Asante Kotoko unveiled Prosper Nate Ogum as their new head coach at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium early on Monday. This 3 Sports report captures the highlights of the presser.
Ogum is officially back at Asante Kotoko for a second time. During his first stint, he won the Ghana Premier League on his first attempt, but has admitted more patience will be required this time round.
Definitely you can't coach Kumasi Asante Kotoko and you will not be thinking of winning trophies. What this time round our approach is going to be is the first year is going to be used to put the team together, because we want to build a team that will be consistent, that will be repetitive in performance. The youth team, which is key to this program, this is my second coming, would also play in the same way. Then in the third year, it means that by that time, more experience and exposure has been given, where we have to be very competitive, especially in Africa.
Ogum will be supported by David Oklu, who will serve as the assistant coach, whilst former Black Stars coach Kwesi Appiah has been appointed as the sporting director of the club. The late appointment of the technical team means Kotoko have limited time for preparations for the new season, which kicks off in September.
So if you look at even this, it tells you that even the 2 weeks that will be voted for the friendly games will not be enough. But then we have what we call combined technical, physical, and tactical training. We try to use that approach where we see that we can get the best out of the players.
The Porcupine Warriors lost their captain Richard Boydu this transfer window, and Ogum has revealed the new technical team would need some time to choose a new captain.
I'm going to observe everybody, even though those who are there, I've observed them, and those I'm bringing on board, I know them. But then I need to let them come together, and then I'll see how they relate with each other, and as I observe them, I'll be able to identify the leadership qualities in them.
Ogum is expected to lead Kotoko in their first game of the 2023-2024 Ghana Premier League season when they host Hearts of Lions, who return to the top flight after 8 years.
Now to women's football. Nigeria's dream of winning the 2023 Women's World Cup came to an end after they lost to the Lionesses of England earlier on Monday. They have missed out on a plane. More in this report.
Unbeaten teams in this World Cup go head-to-head.
The fairy tale run of Nigeria came to an end against England on Monday, with the Super Falcons losing 4-2 on penalties. The Lionesses held on in extra time, despite playing more than 30 minutes with a woman down after Lauren James was given her marching orders. Despite the exit, some fans and neutrals believe that they made a good account of themselves.
This is an improvement. Randy and the girls raised their game from what it was in the 2022 Women AFCON in Morocco. You had them, challenging, taking every game as it comes and giving a wonderful performance at each game, getting the result that's desired. They have played games against teams that are ranked higher than them. They came into this tournament ranked 40th in the world. They played, 6, they played 8, they played 22, and the last, the 4th ranked team in the world. And, nothing looked like them playing against the teams that are quite superior.
Africa's hopes of winning the coveted trophy now rest on Morocco, who will battle France on Tuesday. The pressure will be huge on the African side to deliver. But whether they get the job done or not, keen followers of women's football will remember the West African side's promising run.
Now in Ghana's Strongest, Abbas Salu, one of the favorites from this season's Ghana's Strongest, of course, from Kumasi, failed to make it to the final stage of the competition after earning 82 accumulated points. Bright Apia, popularly known as SWAT, came top with 93 points in the semi-final and was keenly followed by Godfred Akobila with one of the competition's popular contestants, Chilling, placing third with 86 points. We'll bring you more on Ghana's Strongest plus several other highlights later on Sports Station at 9 p.m. My name is Theo and thanks for staying with me.
It's on my nephew. Wow, this place has changed, yo. Yo, Ajwa, look at you all grown up, yo.
Some things never change, like Gino's quality recipe that gives my food that rich color, unique natural taste every time.
Smells good, yo.
Hey, sister, we did what Ponsano and Casa, just like I remember.
Uncle, hurry up and let's open the suitcase.
Ajua, chai, never shrink quite fast.
Best jollof I've ever eaten.
Wow, this is real jollof, mommy.
Gino dear, Emma Adriana de Ankasa.
Say Gino dear, fie. It's delicious, yo.
This advert is FDA approved.
Oh, that's wonderful. And that is what champions do.
It feels good to football with GoTV.
Works the space well and scores a brilliant.
Nobody but GoTV gives you all games of La Liga and Serie A. The Premier League and UEFA games that matter and the world's favorite cup competitions. Get GoTV Super for only 249 cedis to enjoy the football overload. GoTV. Love it.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations? At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities from 1,500 cedis upwards, all you have to do is call and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID. No savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. What are you waiting for? Call Quick Credit today. 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
Every child is so unique. You like no other. Outstanding in every way. It's me like no other. So anytime you walk and play, you like no other. You are special like Indomie. It's me like no other.
Did you know that every child on the planet has their own unique fingerprint like no other?
You like no other. I can play the drums. I'm talented. It's me like no other. I can sing. I can dance. You like no other.
As well as their own unique talents and abilities.
I can cook. I can paint. You like no other. Indomie. You like no other.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie. Thank you, Mommy.
Introducing Indomie beef flavor. Buy now.
This effort is FDA approved.
Mami Musa was Sembiansa. Mon networks are use no. I'm praying and I'm recharge ya. Munyam Faswa, everyone so. Ah, Mabwa, Capre, way. And that's what you madi. Muntian Kago did through. Vodafone say. Every Saturday, a Brebia Uber recharge from 5 cities El Cobiano, assigned with seeking up to 20% amount back cash. Our Vodafone cash so. It shock you? What did you hear say? Uber recharge. Say my Vodafone app, Vodafone cash, credit transfer, short code, MOBIA, Uradia,
Top up
Have your airtime with 5 Ghana Cedi or more in Vodafone's double promotion and receive up to 20% of your money back straight into your Vodafone cash wallet. Recharge and cash out in the Vodafone double promotion.
Vodafone, further together.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Awake Purified Drinking Water, GTP Lifestyled, Vodafone, further together, and powered by 3 Entertainment.
Good evening, I'm Crystal Kwame Ayi of 3 Entertainment. Let's get into entertainment stories for tonight. Now, the competitive race for the most beautiful crown began on Sunday night as all 16 contestants gave out their best performances on the storytelling night. Volta Region's Selom received the first Star Performer Award of the season.
Her name invokes great pride and inspiration amongst the Efe people.
After last week's grand unveiling, it was time for the fired-up contestants to stage their first performances. In a dramatic piece, all 16 contestants wowed the audience and viewers with a stagecraft and presentation as they voiced out culturally rich stories from their region.
Long ago, the name Kente was derived from the word kenten, which means basket, because of its woven nature.
Stories from the Gonja land and the peaceful relationship between the Ashanti and the Dagombas re-echoed.
Rajapa embarked on his conquest of the current vast Gonja land. He entered into a community called Burugu. Repeat after me, Burugu. Burugu means well in Dagbani, and the people saw how prepared he was with his army. They said, "Oh, Ndo Rajapa, we will not fight with you. Let's live peacefully in this community."
Interestingly, after hours of storytelling, the Volta Region Selom received the first Star Performance Award of the season.
And the star performer for tonight is Selom!
Wow! Selom is our star performer for the night.
Kwatima and Na from the Bono and Greater Accra regions were also in the good books of the judges as they emerged with the best costume and most eloquent awards of the night.
I think they all deserve a round of applause. So the winner is Sananana, Kwatima.
Kwatima wins best costume. Congratulations, Kwatima. Ladies, congratulations as well, but you can take your seat. And she's getting products.
Kwatima receive all the goodies from
Top Choco.
Yes.
Kindly dial *713*113# to vote for your favorite contestants, or better, vote on the TV3 reality app.
Truly exciting indeed. Now, for more stories on entertainment, do follow us on all socials at 3 Entertainment GH. My name is Crystal Kwame Ayi, and up next is international news.
Ukraine's security service says a woman has been arrested over a Russian plot to kill President Volodymyr Zelensky. The service said she had tried to find out the itinerary ahead of his visit to Flathead's Mykolaiv in June. They alleged that ahead of the visit, she tried to gather intelligence to try to find out Mr. Zelensky's plans in the southern region. Ukraine regularly accuses local residents who support Russia of passing information to help Moscow's military. Mr. Zelensky confirmed he had been informed about the arrest, saying the head of the SBU had updated him about the fight against traitors.
Remember to brush your teeth before you go to bed this evening and tomorrow morning when you wake up from bed with either Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, Pepsodent Charcoal, Pepsodent Herbal, or Pepsodent Triple Protection, because with Pepsodent,
every smile matters, absolutely. And that's it for the bulletin. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Martin Asedu Date.
I am Portia Gabo. Good evening.
is aware that globally, 1 in 2 children